BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. There's a couple of things we got to talk about. The FBG Duck case is over. It's done. They're finished with it. It is no more. Everybody has been found guilty. Everybody, I'm gonna wipe this lens. I was using my other camera a little bit earlier. Everybody, I want to use all of my cameras so none of the money's wasted. Or everybody has been found guilty. We're about to talk about that in 1 minute. Let me get something to wipe this camera real quick. Everybody's been found guilty. Obviously, we did not think that it was going to go. Sorry about that. I literally just knocked over almost everything in my crib, my computer, my TV, my camera, everything. Sheesh. I went over there to go get something and then I dumped everything by accident. In any regard, we're going to talk about this real quick. We're talking about the BG. We're talking about the FBG Duck case. I am going to add something to the I am gonna add CMG update real quick also. CMG update. We capitalize update. Everybody has been convicted. They all have been convicted. I don't think any of us are surprised. I don't think anybody is surprised. If anybody's like, yo, I was surprised. I could never have thought that these things would have happened. I think that they're slow. I think we all knew what was going to happen. I'm going to talk about all the evidence that they had, and I'm going to talk about the situation in general. But before we get to any of that, I just want to tell y'all about something that just got broken in a CMG case. Allegedly, that's what I walked over here to get, something to wipe the damn camera with. I am hearing that the individual that was being the bodyguard for Big Juke, you know, he was also hit. He's paralyzed. We're hearing that he's now paralyzed. I'm not sure if it's quadriplegic or if it's just his legs. I'm not sure how bad the situation is, but allegedly he's paralyzed. For anybody that don't know, the individual that was in the car with Big Juke, he has been paralyzed. They're calling him security. That's what he is, I guess. With that being said, let's talk about the FBG Duck situation. For everybody that don't know, FBG Duck, drill rapper from gang member drill rapper from Chicago. For everybody that don't know, there was a situation that happened. I think they call it the Gold Coast. And basically what happened was he was out there doing a thing. Some dudes rolled up, shot up the spot he was at, just so we can be clear. Shot it straight to hell. With that being said, also there were allegations that the police didn't allow for the EMS to be able to come over to him and give him the necessary medical treatment he would have needed. I don't know the accuracy of any of that, just so we can be clear. I'm just telling you what happened. In any regard, they all have been found guilty. Let's see if there is, just real quick, let's see if there's a something we could pull up. Maybe there's something we could pull up, right? Hold on. They had these dudes on camera sprinting out of their house. Listen, they had these dudes on camera sprinting out of their house to a vehicle and then speeding, blowing lights. They were blowing lights, not in the prostitute way. So they had these individuals. I found the article. They had these individuals. They got them on camera because they got cameras inside of the projects they live in. They got them on camera, speeding out of their house. First, they have them receiving a telephone call, just so we can be clear. They have them receiving a telephone call first. And then second, they have them running out of their house, speeding to a car. After getting to the car, they have them speeding from that car to the Gold Coast, blowing lights and everything else. Then they have them, right? Same vehicle, just so we can be clear, is the vehicle that was at the scene. Now, also, don't forget the other vehicle, because they took the vehicle, this same vehicle, I believe, they took it back because it was like lease or some shit. They took it back to the freaking dealership. That's another way they got caught. So they're on camera. So they got the phone call that they got because they received the phone call. The police have that. In addition to having the phone call that they got, the police also have, just so we can be clear, video evidence of them running out of the home, running down the stairs, then running out of the building and running to a vehicle. Then they have video evidence of that vehicle speeding from that location to the Gold Coast. Then they have people jumping out of that vehicle and another vehicle, so it was two vehicles, firing on somebody. And then they followed those same people through traffic cameras to seven locations before they went back home. These dudes was never going to make it out of this one. That's why when you look at their freaking pictures, you see three of them crying. And you see another one trying to hold back tears. And this is why I say, I don't care nothing about being no super real nigga in the street. All right? I'm not trying to go out there. I'm not trying to shoot it up with nobody. I'm not trying to get in no fights with nobody. I'm not trying to have no situation with nobody, fam. They're lying to you when they tell you that I am. I'm not trying to have no situation with nobody. I don't want any harm to come to anybody, anything. I got other things on my plate. I got other things I'm thinking about. I am not invested in trying to cause harm to others. Now, I want y'all to really pay attention to this. Them niggas ain't never getting out. They not never getting out. Never. I promise you. I expect each one of them to get 25 and better. Easy. They're not going to allow individuals to get a phone call. Explain what you mean, Ken Thompson. I don't understand what you're saying. They were able to see that far of a distance. I don't know what you mean by that far of a distance. Explain. What makes you think that there's a distance? Like how? Like I don't understand. I don't understand your comment. They tracked them. They got them walking out of their home where they can now look at what clothes they're wearing. I'm going to say this again. Listen, you could do what you want with it, or you can listen. They have cameras inside of the building that they live in. Upon them leaving out of their house, there's cameras in the building, in the stairwell, and everything. These guys left out of their apartment after they got a phone call. The police have the phone call. The guy gave it up, I guess. These guys came out of their house. The camera caught them leaving the apartment. The camera caught them running down the stairs. I don't know what you mean by distance. I need for you to explain to me distance. The camera caught them running down and getting into a vehicle. And then the multiple cameras throughout the city of Chicago tracked the vehicle and the location in which it was going from and going to. I need for you to explain to me what part you don't get. I'm going to keep going though, because I don't understand how that doesn't make, I don't understand how that isn't obvious. I don't know what I'm saying wrong. Let's see. You think that I don't understand what you're saying. What do you think the cameras in the street lights and stuff like that is for? I don't understand what do you think those cameras are for? When they have these cameras up in the street, what do you think that they're for? Yeah, they tracked them. They tracked them from the home to the car. When they got in the car, they tracked the car with the cameras throughout the city, like traffic cameras, the cameras on stores. What's insane? I don't understand what's insane. This is the same thing I've been telling you people they've been doing this. I think I keep telling y'all to don't commit crimes. Like you can't expect to get away with a crime now. You can't expect to get away with some broad daylight murder. Like, I think it was insane that they killed that dude in broad daylight. That they lifed them in broad. I think that's insane. I think the fact that they did that and then I guess thought they weren't going to go to jail. I think that is insane. I think the whole beef that they have that is still going on is insane. That's my perspective, though. I'm looking for a thing. Give me 1 second. Let me try not to knock all my shit over here. Oh, TV still goes. I'm turning it on. Check. looks like it still works. At least it came on. I don't know how it was. Give me 1 second. There. For this shit. Yeah. They can literally follow you across town. What you have to understand is this, right? So you know how I keep telling you they could solve these crimes in Chicago if they felt like it? They could solve these crimes in Chicago if they felt like it, fam. Anyway, we're going to go look at an article real quick. If they really wanted to solve them Chicago crimes, they can, fam. I'm telling you right now, they can. They can solve way more crimes than they are. They just don't want to. It doesn't, it's of no benefit to them. They might as well, because what they're going to do, keep putting people in jail over and over and over again, and then nothing happening to them. They like, yo, they just going to kill themselves. They're going to kill each other. Let them just kill each other. Fam. Anyway, article goes, a federal jury in Chicago on Wednesday found 6 purported gang members guilty of carrying out a brazen 2020 murder of drill rapper FBG Duck in the city's posh Gold Coast neighborhood. That's another reason why they had to make sure that these guys got everything that's coming to them, because they're going to make sure that nobody else is going to go up there and try to do anything like that. That's stupid ever again. The jury of 5 men and 7 women who have remained anonymous due to security concerns surrounding the case deliberated for about 16 hours over 3 days before announcing it had reached a verdict, finding the group guilty of the murder in the furtherance of a racketeering scheme. Rico, FBG Duck was killed in a hail of bullets as he was shopping for his son along with the ritzy Oak Street shopping corridor on August 4th, 2020. Prosecutors said the rapper, born Carlton Weekly, was killed as part of a years-long gang conflict between factions of the Black Disciples and Gangster Disciples on the South Side. Convicted of murder in aid of racketeering and conspiracy murder was Charles Liggins, 32, Kenneth Robeson, 30, Christopher Thomas, 24, Marcus Smart, 25, to Carlos Orford, 32, and Ralph Turpin, 34. Now, I just want to say something real quick. So the youngest guy here is Thomas, Christopher Thomas. If he gets life, if he gets 25 years, he comes out when he's 49, right? So that's like the best they could wish for. I mean, I think all of them are going to get like whatever the max penalty is, just so we can be clear. But let's say he just got 25 years. He's coming out at 49. Also, in addition, remember, this is murder and also it's a racketeering. It's a conspiracy. I mean, pardon me, RICO. So not only is it just for the murder, but it's also for the RICO. Liggins, Robeson, Thomas, Smart, Orford were also found guilty of using a firearm in Weekly's murder. I'm guessing the other guy was the driver. Jury verdicts was mixed, or the guy they called. Jury verdicts was mixed in the 4 other counts, which stem from wounds suffered by 2 bystanders also injured in Weekly's killing. A life sentence is mandatory for conviction in the murder in the age of racketeering. What did I say? What did I say? So a life sentence is mandatory for the conviction of a murder in the aid of racketeering. I think that should be everywhere. FBG Duck's mother, Lashina Weekly, wept as she listened to the jury's verdict in an overflow courtroom at the Durkin U.S. Courthouse. All 6 defendants were purportedly members or associates of O-Block, a rival faction of the Black Disciples based in the Parkway Gardens housing complex, named in honor of O.D. Perry, a fellow gang member killed 2011. In October, the 2021 indictment, prosecutors alleged members and associates of O-Block traveled from the Parkland Gardens apartment complex, 64th Street and Martin Luther King Drive, to Oak Street to find Weekly and killed them. Security video recorded at Parkway Gardens, along with scores of police surveillance cameras, allegedly showed the defendants travel to the Gold Coast and carry out the shooting before driving off. Told you. Prosecutors alleged the high-profile killing of Ricky was part of a deadly, years-long conflict between two Southside factions who boasted about their exploits and eliminating rivals through drill rap tracks that often name-dropped specific victims. But in a closing argument Wednesday, the attorney for the lead defendant, Liggins, accused prosecutors of losing the ability to distinguish entertainment fantasy from reality, portraying the Southside culture as a lucrative entertainment business that reflected the violence in Chicago streets, but in no way qualified as evidence in a murder trial. First of all, I want to say something real quick, and I want to be clear about this. What up? I am tired. I haven't seen you in a dumb long time. Hold on. This guy said they only got convicted to ease rich people's minds. Are you serious? Is that a serious comment? You think the only reason why they was found guilty was so that people that go to the Gold Coast would feel safe? You think that's the only reason why they was found guilty? You don't think there's any other mitigating circumstances like actually being guilty? You don't think that has anything to do with it? You think, I'm asking, do you think no matter how guilty they are, if it wasn't for that one particular thing, then, they wouldn't have been found innocent? I'm curious. I'm assuming I am tired of saying long live Duck. Ken Thompson says, yep. They lost at trial. It's over. The Zixter said, rest in peace, Duck. Rest in peace, Duck. Yeah, that was dumb. Shaking my head. That was just fam. Thank you for please, when people come in here and say stupid shit, can y'all speak up? Please, when people come in here and just say stupid shit, can y'all please speak up? Because this shit, because you don't understand how fucking, and then they want me to take them seriously. You understand? Like they say shit like what dude just said, and then they want me to take them seriously. They have all of the actual evidence. He doesn't think them being on camera, leaving out of their home. He don't think the evidence that we know for a fact that somebody called them and told them where Duck was at. You don't think that that's evidence. You don't think the video, the cameras recording them get into the vehicle was evidence. Don't think the vehicle then driving to the scene is evidence. Don't think the people getting out of the vehicle that drove to the scene that came from where they and shooting the person is evidence. So what's evidence? If we wanted to convict somebody, I'm curious. Somebody put it into the chat. If all of that isn't evidence, what is? Anyway, with that being said, so as we just saw, as we just read, this is a mandatory life sentence. These niggas ain't never coming home. These niggas ain't never coming home, fam. They got to get comfortable. Comfortable. They not never coming home. Don't let nobody lie to you. Is there anything anybody want to say on this? Put it into the chat. I guess I'll put a thing down there if anybody want to come up and talk. I know nobody does though, but I'll put it down there. What's about? All right, I'm assuming this is the real Zixter. Could be a fake Zixter, but we're gonna see. It's the real one. What up?
Yo, what up, baby girl? What one of them? This one of them trials I've been watching, been keeping an eye on, and those guys that did this to this young man, they didn't take the plea. They was on camera the entire time. They got footage of them running, getting the phone call. First of all, one of the guys called them. When he seen Duck in the store. Now, how Duck didn't realize he was in the store with somebody who they consider to be an op. I mean, he got caught what they consider lacking. This guy calls over to these guys, and they got them on camera picking up the phone at like simultaneously. So you got two cameras up there. One camera is showing the guy calling, the other camera is showing them picking the phone up. Then they got one of the security guards in the store. He got the audio of the conversation. Yeah, that is FB is Duck. Duck is down here, and then these guys go down there and they kill this man in broad daylight. And then the other thing is Chicago. They even have it on camera where they took um the other two victims that got shot, took them in the ambulance and let this man roll around and die for like 12 minutes, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So it's like, so now his people, they done took care of this. It took 3 years to take care of this. If I'm his mother, if I'm his sister, if I'm his children's mother, now I want to see that mayor that went up there after he got killed and called him, all types of names. Never really mentioned how much of a good artist he was. Now, from what I understand, Duck, his brothers and, some of his friends or whatever, yeah, they was in the streets or whatever the case may be. But they keep saying that they can't say that he himself has a body or that he sent somebody out to kill somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just messed up, yo. The whole situation is messed up. And Chicago got some good artists out there, yo. That drill music came, and I don't want to say that the reason that the music was good was because, they was rapping about all the crimes they was committing. I hope that's not the only reason it was good. But
well, okay, I got a couple of things I want to say. So first, what do you think about what Ken Thompson says? I think that I don't know if this is the real Ken Thompson, just so we could be clear, it could be a fake Ken Thompson. He says the people putting up cameras want to be God, only God could truly see everything. So Ken Thompson sounds like he doesn't want any crimes to be solved.
First of all, we in Ken Thompson, with all due respect,
Ken Thompson, by the way. Keep going.
It don't matter whoever the person is. The comment is kind of is retarded because we in 2024. You understand? And this is not a horse and carriage time. I'm not. He gaslighting you, right, Jack? He gaslighting you. He's saying that because he know you're gonna turn up on that comment. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's cameras everywhere. Why wouldn't there be cameras everywhere? There's crime everywhere. So, and if you stupid enough to go into an area where you know for sure, you talking about these people got billions of dollars worth of merchandise in the mall. You think they're not gonna have cameras there?
Facts.
It's not about wanting to be God. It's about protecting your investment. We got door cameras right now on our houses. And I'm trying to be God because I want to make sure nobody don't run in my crib and take all my stuff.
Oh shit! I can't even tell y'all about this. I just got hit with something. Fuck a Lee. Hold on. I gotta send somebody a thing real quick. I'm sorry about that. We getting back to this. Nah, just got. Is this? So somebody just got accused of something. Somebody just got accused of something, and I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to tell nobody what it is. But basically, I can't even tell y'all what it is. Let's stay on topic. It's good news for me. That's all you need to know. It's incredible news for me. Incredible news for me and the BBN network. Just incredible. What the fuck?
Well, I'm happy you got some good news, Jack. I ain't gonna keep you too much longer.
No,
I'm
no, I'm
having
enjoying your
actually.
commentary. You're doing incredible commentary. I'm so sorry to have interrupted it. What are you talking about? You're doing a great job up
Oh,
here.
okay. I'm just saying, like, I
Anybody want
can't
to come
stand
join
people
us?
that's I can't
We so
stand people who make comments and they don't think about the comment, or they just making a comment because they want you to have, something negative to say. Especially when your flow gets flowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just an ignorant comment. You know what I'm saying?
well.
At the end of the day, that young man lost his life, and there's plenty of young men in Chicago who have lost their lives, and they are unsolved murders, like unsolved. So many of them. So for right now in Chicago, from what I understand, they pushing peace, and I'm rooting for them because they got some talent out there, you know, and they just we gotta stop killing ourselves as a people in general. But we've been saying that for a trillion years. Martin Luther King birthday just passed, and we've been saying that for a trillion years. But when you talking about these young men that just went to trial, none of them are 30 years old. None of them, and they did what they did and didn't want to take a
They were
plea
young. They were
for
young, but it's not.
55 years.
They were young, but a couple of them was 30, but they were young. Your point is still true. Your point is still correct though. They
Yeah,
had a
like
lot.
you
They had a
did
lot of
what
life.
you did. You did what you did. Stand 10 toes and take. You know what I'm saying? Take the. Why you want to go to trial and put everybody through all of this, 3 years and all of this, and you could have just went on ahead and did the plea. Now you got life, right?
Were they
And
offering
I
them a
guarantee
plea?
they was offering them a plea in the beginning. 55 years they was offering them. But if they would have did the 55 years, check this out. They would have got GD and go to boot camp. And they would have knocked that down. They would
Okay,
have
I hear what
probably,
you're saying.
you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying.
They would
They
have
would have
got
did
out
the things that
sooner.
they would have got some of the years knocked off with good behavior and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they got life. And how much you want to bet, Jack? Mark my words. Mark my words. Now they got life. And they gonna go back to their cells. And when sentencing time come, they all gonna want to talk about something that Dirk said, or something that Dirk did, or Dirk made us do it, or you understand what I'm saying? Because Vaughn not alive.
Facts.
And that's what's so sad because yeah, we know Dirk hands ain't completely clean. Ain't none of our hands completely clean. But he right now, he handling his handle. And he ain't tell y'all to be dumb and go down there and kill that boy. And he ain't tell y'all to be dumber and not stand on 10 toes and take your time. You did the crime, right? So now you're gonna want to throw him under the bus because from what I understand in the trial, the lawyers is bringing up Dirk. Why y'all bringing up Dirk? Don't got nothing to do with this. These guys got a phone call and ran down there and did something dumb, and they want to bring this man into it.
Okay, so I want to just add something in there to just give a little bit of context to what you're talking about. So one of the things you have to understand is in Chicago, they don't really be trying to catch murderers or killers. So these dudes probably really thought when they was doing it that there's no telling how many times they've done this. You understand? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because the cops over
Yep.
there don't necessarily look like they're ever even trying to put anybody in jail. That's why you're able to
Exactly.
just run around shooting and killing everybody haphazardly. That's one point I wanted to make. Second point is this. One, I want cameras everywhere. I want cameras every effing where. Everywhere that you could put a camera, I want a camera as long as it's not taking away somebody's privacy, like the bathroom or some shit
Right.
like that. I want cameras everywhere. And the reason being is that people ain't shit. Let's not forget that. All right? People ain't shit. So cameras everywhere. That's one. I think that's to the benefit. You got people hitting on old people. You got people being accused of crimes that they didn't even commit.
He
I want
commit.
cameras
That's true.
everywhere.
That's true too.
Everywhere. That's one. Two is this. If they have cameras everywhere, then why aren't they catching more murderers?
Mm.
I told y'all.
Mm.
Did I tell y'all? How many haven't I
But
been
that
telling
goes
you?
back. That goes back to where they put them cameras down in that where Duck got killed because they protected their money, they protected their bread. You understand? That was a whole mall. They ain't, but then again, they did have the cameras that they had inside of the housing development where those guys live, because they had where the guys got the phone call, how they ran up the stairs, how they ran into the apartment, came back out, what cars they got. They had all of that on camera too, Jack. The only thing is when they did the actual crime, they had masks on. So they was trying to use a defense that it wasn't them because they was masked up. But your sneakers didn't change between the when you went in the apartment and you was standing outside with your homies. When you got in the car, you got the same sneakers on when you got out the car and started blazing. So that's you.
That's a
That's
fact.
you. And then they did have with I don't consider this guy a snitch. You know, some people are saying that the guy, what's his name? The blogger that got the mask on. I can't he was a
No,
witness.
no,
I
no.
can't
Hold on.
remember his
I just want to stop for 1 second. Finish what you're saying. I'm going to say something contrary to what you're saying. I do consider him a snitch, but for a specific reason. But finish what you're saying. I'm so sorry for cutting you off.
the only reason why I'm saying that I don't consider him a snitch because
You might have a
basically
valid point. Say it.
Basically, the reason why I don't consider him a snitch is because they was asking him to identify who they were. That was the main reason why he was brought up to the stand, because these guys were saying, it wasn't them. Now, they asked him to identify who they were, and he got caught up because he was a celly with one of the guys that was being charged.
Mm,
Okay, so the celly, this guy, his friend, his so-called friend, he's not even from that area, right? And as a
mhm.
matter of fact, he didn't get charged with the conspiracy, the celly, because he's not even from that area, and he's gonna call this guy and say to him, "Oh, I heard Duck is dead." Now he knew that this guy was him and Duck was close. Duck's brother Brick and this guy was like best friends. So
Mm.
it was almost like he was calling him. He didn't realize it when he called him, but he was calling him to say, Duck was dead, mushing it in his face. My condolences, knowing he killed his friend,
Oh
right?
wow.
That's first of all. Second of all, the other reason why I don't consider him a snitch is because when the cops came to him, when they came to him, they based from what he said. I don't know. This is hearsay, but from what he said, they was basically saying we rounding all of y'all up, and they was trying to include him with the rest of them. So they basically was telling him, if you can't help us point these guys out, as
Those are
many
great
times as
points.
this guy done called you and he's involved in this, then you're involved with it too. So they
Boom.
was gonna how can you say railroad him into the whole situation if
Mm.
he wasn't willing to say, yeah, that's my celly. That's my celly. So
All right.
that's why I say he's not a snitch to me.
No, those are actually two great points. Um, those are two great points. One, the first point I believe that you made is that that was his friend. Duck was his friend, and dude that actually did
Hmm.
the murder called them up and said, "Yo, Duck is dead." Yeah, like why you rubbing that in my face? Also,
Exactly.
Duck is his friend. So
Mm.
when you tell on a nigga that killed your friend, I'm gonna say this right now, and I don't care what nobody think about it. If a nigga killed your homeboy, a nigga killed your wife, your friend, somebody close to you, and you go testify against
Exactly.
them, you cannot be a snitch in my book.
Right. That's
You
that's
owe
what that's what I'm saying.
you owe a obligation to that person, your friend. You owe more of an obligation to that person that's your friend than you owe to the fucking streets and not snitching. Fuck that. So I'm not on that type of time.
Right.
So I think you made great points, just so we can be clear. So with the point that you just made, I just want to say why I just don't agree with what he did. I'm the point that you just made was strong enough that I'm not going to call him a snitch. You have convinced me. He's not a snitch.
The only thing I don't agree with he did was got paid. I feel like he shouldn't have got paid to testify. He got, from what I understand, he was paid to testify. You don't got to pay me when I'm in that kind of pain. You take a friend of mine.
But, okay, so I'm going to put this up there for you, Ken Thompson, so people could be clear about what you meant. Just in case, I might have misunderstood also. All right, so say that again. I'm so sorry. Repeat that.
The only thing, if it's true, that I disagree with in him testifying is the fact that he got paid to testify.
Okay, one, I'm fine with the money. This is what I'm not fine with. When we're content creators and when we're the media, we have to do everything that we can to not get on the stand because of what our job is. Our job isn't, he can't now call himself the media. You understand? Like, and this is coming from, and I'm telling you, and I'm not talking about YouTube media. I'm talking about Daily News. I'm talking about CNN. You notice that these guys, no matter how wrong the individual is, no matter how much the person, they might believe the person deserves to go to jail, they don't take the stand because they're the media and they try their hardest. Some of them even know the person, they don't want the person to get off, but they're the media. So some of them even go and take the when you got to go spend some time in jail. So that's my only issue.
I mean, when they contacted him, they didn't contact him as if he was the media. They contacted him because this guy who was his celly was and they wanted to know why his phone number was in his phone so many times. And they was getting RICO, how the feds are. They was doing their investigation and his number kept popping up in this guy's phone. So they wanted to make sure that he wasn't down with the posse. And he like, hey, wait, hold up. That's my celly. That he's nothing else to me but my celly. And they said, oh, really? Well, you know what I'm saying? They like, go, really? Well, your number is in his phone quite often. And when the last time he had heard from this guy was when he called him and said to him, oh, Duck is dead. And he said that the investigators hadn't even mentioned nothing about Duck. They was actually investigating the RICO charge. So he said they hadn't even mentioned nothing about Duck to him. It was the RICO charge, and he was trying not to get caught up in that RICO charge. And he was like, wait, hold up. This dude just called me not too long ago telling me about he didn't say that to the cops, but he thought about that in his head. He's like, what am I protecting him for? He not from O Block. No, he's not from O Block. But he called me because he my celly.
No, so, I think you're making great points. Keep going.
Yeah, so that's why he got on the stand. But of course, there's a lot of people that's saying that he's a snitch or whatever. But he on all of his, I watched a lot of his YouTube, and he's promoting them putting guns down, and he know a lot of those guys in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And he's from Chicago. He grew up in Chicago. And he just, when Duck got killed, that was it. He's like, he was in jail. And then when he got out of jail, he was like, he got to figure out a way to make money without robbing people. And he just started making content on YouTube. This ain't the day of the criminal, though, Duck. I'm telling you, this ain't the day of the criminal. People need to figure out what they're gonna do with their lives and get it done. This ain't the day of the criminal.
The wild thing about it is, I watch all of these movies and I see the type of like heist movies and stuff like that, and that's the main reason why I be like, if you commit a crime nowadays, you just putting yourself on a list to go to prison 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
because they have too much technology out here. They watching everybody too close. The people that are getting away with crimes are the people who's probably paying to get away with it.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Government officials and they catching you, fam. They're gonna catch you. You're gonna have to do whatever you're dealing with, and that it is what it is. I just want to reiterate this comment because Ken Thompson is trying to clarify himself. He says, by the way, the comment about the cameras wasn't trying to defend criminals. It was a statement about the elite. If I owned an establishment, okay, so Ken Thompson in New York City, every single store, at least I know for a fact bodega, but I believe storefront has to have a camera on front of it aiming down the block.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't consider these things as bad.
And that is known information. Everybody knows that. So if you in places where there's cameras, why would you commit crimes? Like, that's stupid.
Like I said before, this is how I think they got, just lost themselves. One, I think they've done that before. I think before they've gotten a call, jumped in the whip, ran out the crib, jumped in the whip, spin off, and then shot somebody up. And maybe the person lived, maybe the person didn't. And then the police didn't try to do nothing about it. So they didn't think anything of it. That's what I think happened. I think because why aren't they? Douglas Samuel says they want to be seen for validation. Are you talking about the people that come in here and talk crazy about me? Or come in here and just say stupid shit? I just want to know what you're talking about. So,
I think he might be trying to say that the guys, they don't care about the cameras because they're going to get points for doing what they doing on the cameras. Maybe, I don't know. He need to clarify that too for me too.
Yeah, need that clarified because the cameras only mean the police see them. The cameras don't mean we see them.
Yeah, well, if you watch the video that they used on in this trial, you would think it was a movie or something. The way they cut them cameras up to show everything, you would think it's a movie. You would think it's a movie. They pan into them picking up the phone. They pan into him telling the guys, "Hey, so and so is at the store." He said, "Duck is down there." They got it on camera, Jack.
I know why they didn't take the 55 years.
Why?
First, I'm going to tell you why they gave them the 55 years. They offered the 55 years because they know that a conviction was going to be life. Their lawyers know. When you get in Chicago, at least, I don't know how anywhere else is, but I just read this in the article we was reading. I'll go look at the article specifically. Let's go get the article. Hold on. Oh, and thank you for...
go ahead, Jack. I trust you.
Thank you. No. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it so it's for the. This is how the show goes.
In the show.
We doing a show. You think we just talking on the phone? We doing a show and shit. I need to show the people watching.
My bad.
I'm not coming at you. I promise. You don't see how I'm rarely ever actually coming at anybody. But I do know that the people lie and tell people that I am coming for people. So I am trying to be super extra kid gloves. All right. So hold on. So it was in here. So basically what they said is that all life sentence is mandatory for conviction of murder in the aid of racketeering. So that's why they offered them 55 years. They offered them 55 years because the alternative is life.
Oh.
And the reason why they didn't take the 55 years is because it's 55 years of life. Fuck it. We might as well take it to trial.
Oh. Well, I know one of them, the guy that he not even from, I think it's O Block. The guy that's not even from O Block, he didn't get convicted of the racketeering or what you call it? What's the other charge they was getting? The RICO charge.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
didn't get
Rico.
he didn't get convicted of the RICO. He only got convicted because remember I said he's not from over there where they from.
Mm.
So when they was bringing up crimes that they committed in the aid of the RICO charge, he wasn't involved in none of that stuff because he not really down with them,
Oh wow.
which is stupid. You threw your whole life away
Whole life
trying to be there.
trying to be down. Now you see why I'm never trying to be down. I'm never trying to be down, fam. I know niggas be thinking I'm a
You
lame
know?
sometimes, but I think for myself, fam, I'm never trying to be down. If anybody tells you that
Right.
I'm doing anything to try to be cool for another nigga, they lying. I promise you.
Yeah,
So you
well.
watched the whole case? You watched the whole trial?
Huh?
You watched the whole trial?
No, they didn't. They didn't broadcast the trial. So I was I knew somebody that did go to the trial, the actual trial. It was me. I be liking to go down the rabbit hole a little bit.
Well, whenever you getting information on shit like this, please pull up and talk. Hey, please pull up, come up here and put me on the game. Come talk. I would love to have more people. And I know most of the stuff that anybody is gonna go out and get and bring back. Don't get it confused. But it's kind of dope to allow for the community to hear other people's voices and not just my own. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I enjoy talking to you because
Appreciate
I know that you, like I said, I consider you a journalist. I don't just consider you a blogger or you know what I'm saying. I remember I'm one of your
appreciate
day ones, so I
appreciate you.
enjoy having these kind of conversations with you, especially if especially if I know what I'm talking about. A lot of times, the same way I get information, sometimes I get information from you. It started with you. Now it's other people who I have direct contact with, and I kick it with. Like they didn't do this trial the way they doing why Melly's trial or Thug's trial. They didn't do this trial like that. This trial was closed well, not the public. So people from Chicago could go into the courtroom, but they sent the bloggers away. So it was
Mm.
a group of bloggers that went out there that tried to gain access, and they escorted them off the premises.
Mm.
So this
Out of
is,
the courtroom?
yup, yup.
That's not even legal. How was they
Yeah,
doing that?
yeah,
What was
because they had another area in the court that you was allowed to go into that area and watch the entire trial, but they didn't tell them that. So
Hmm.
when they went to the court, it was first of all, you gotta move in silence. Why y'all gonna show up like 6, 7 deep like y'all the media? You know what I mean? They was bloggers. And so bloggers, they're not YouTube is not ABC News. You know what I'm saying?
I got another
So when
point.
they
You might not have thought of this. They probably didn't want to have them in the room because they was trying to protect the identities of the jury.
that too, that
Yeah.
too, that too, it's
And
very sensitive out there. That
and
too. So
that's
they
enough.
just they didn't let the bloggers in. But they could have gone to another room that the person that I've spoken with, you know what I'm saying, they could have went there, but they wasn't aware that was even available.
Okay. I don't have those
So
problems, thank God. I
yeah,
show up to
cause
the I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is a fact. When I show up to the courtroom, they know who I am. I'm speaking facts. When I show up to
and
these
see that's
courthouses,
another thing. This person that
they
I was
fuck with
speaking
me.
to, they do like the Chicago Tribune and stuff like that. They write legitimate you know literature for them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they you know they like you, Jack. Like you don't. That's why I think I've seen an old video of yours where somebody got upset because you said something about Troy Ave or some craziness, and you was just joking about it. But when you be going to these places, to these, when you be going to these trials and things like that, even when you on here on YouTube, you're unbiased. You understand? You're not on nobody's side. So people get all sensitive and want to make it way bigger than what it need to be. For what reason? It's just Jack. Like, what he not doing it. It's harmless. Like, he not out. Not that you can't defend yourself. I don't mean to say it
No, no,
like
no.
that.
I get
I'm
what you're
just
saying.
saying,
I'm not
like,
doing
they
anything
coming
to
for
harm
you for
anyone else.
what? They what they coming for you for what? Like, I just got so annoyed with that when I think it was an old video I saw or something,
Well,
and you
but
said
the thing you
something,
have
and
to understand.
some of the people got all upset about it, and they want to get in the start threatening you and craziness. I'm just like, are you kidding me right now?
Okay, so one thing you got to understand is this: I do something that most people don't actually do. All right, so I'm not going at nobody. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody or nothing like that. We have a lot of people that come on and talk on the camera and do this right here. There's a lot of people that does this, but I do a couple of other things that other people don't do at the same level that I do it, and they need me to stop doing it because I'm showing the world, or I'm showing people that these individuals aren't in my league. So that's why they need me to stop going to court cases.
But
That's
it
why they
kind of
need.
started with you though, Jack. That's what I'm
It
saying.
wasn't.
People was not doing that back then.
No,
When
it
you was
wasn't.
doing it, nobody wasn't doing it. You was one of the
Nobody.
first ones I know that was doing it.
I remember the first time we talked about going to court, and people was talking about it was a bad idea because somebody was going to kill me. Remember, we were covering the Takashi case, and it was like Treyway gonna kill you. And then all of a sudden, I start pulling up to all of the Treyway clubs and everything in the middle of the night, and niggas had to shut the fuck up. Remember, I used to go to Paper. And I'm not saying that's a Treyway club. I'm just saying I used to go to Paper Rain. It's in the middle of the Brooklyn, and
Mm-hmm.
you got problems with certain people. That's not the place to be at. Remember when we used to go to Paper Rain once a week?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go there because I used to want to allow for artists to get their music on my airwaves. So
Right. That's what I'm saying, yo. But what both facts is talking about? The real.
so I'll go over a couple of the comments real quick. I thought they were interesting, so I started putting them up. First thing he said, one of the witnesses complained about the bloggers' videos they did about them. And then he says that the feds made them delete the video and told them that they can't come in the courtroom that day. So that's basically what was going on as far as that is concerned. They made
Oh, but I
they
didn't know
made a
what
bad
happened.
video. They made a bad video, or they lied in their video, which most of these guys do. Most of these guys just lie. They lied in their video. And that's why I always point out so often about how often I'm correct. Because I'm not just saying that I'm correct, I'm telling you I'm not a liar. Every time I point out how I'm correct about something, that's literally proof I'm not a liar. And how often am I correct? Just,
You feel it. You be on the right side of things. You don't. I will say this. I don't. I can't think of a time you said something and you blatantly didn't know what you was talking about
nah,
and
never.
didn't say, "Well, I'm not sure," or "This is what I think," or you know what I'm saying. I don't know if this is a fact.
I'm trying my best to
So
give the best information possible for people to be able to make their own conclusions. That's the difference between me and these other dudes. I'm not trying to convince you of nothing. That's why when people come in here and try to ask me what my opinion on things is, I don't really ever want to give it. Remember when people be in here and be like, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't really want to give my opinion because I'm not really here for my opinion, but so much. I'm here to give you information. Certain things I give my opinion on, other things I don't want to. Anyway, so Bo Reels, the first thing he said was one of the witnesses complained about one of the bloggers' videos they did on him. Then he said the feds made them delete the video and told them they can't come into court for that specific day, which is a good job, feds. And because if they're out there making lies and making live videos and stuff like that, that's bad for all of us.
now, see, that's proof that now that's proof that I'm not lying,
Yeah,
because
you know what you're
or that
talking about?
my source is not lying,
Boom.
because they said that something happened, but I don't know what happened. So Thanks for that, Bo.
Yeah. Shout out to Bo
Because
Reels.
I never knew what happened.
And then he says, so be careful. The feds watch bloggers' videos if you spreading lies. The feds been watching my videos since 2016, fam. They ain't never pull up on me. All right? 2017, pardon me. They've been watching my videos since 2017. And they started watching my videos heavily around the time of the Tekashi trial. I still got feds. Y'all forget a lot of the information I give be accurate as fuck. They never stop watching my page, man. Every time I'm up here talking about whatever the fuck I'm talking about, you better believe that somebody ain't watching the fucking page, man. 9 times out of 10. If the title is something, if I'm not talking about nothing, obviously they're not watching it. But also apparently, I bumped into a couple of people that work for whatever agencies, and they just like my videos. They think that I give good information. They like the way that I give information. They like the way that I talk. So there's literally people that work for law enforcement, military, and everything that, they enjoy the page. When I'm doing well, obviously they enjoy the page, and so I have people watching me in all forms of everything.
That's what I'm saying. You need to run them numbers back up, fam. Like,
we on the
you
way
need to run them numbers up.
We on the way. I got to get that passion back. I think my passion has drifted a little. I think that's more than what it is anything else. I think my passion is drifted a little.
Well, that's honest if that's what it is.
Yeah, I think my passion has drifted a little. Remember,
but a couple of more of these kind of conversations, you'll be right back with it.
The majority.
get both facts up here. You know what I'm saying? Open the saloon back up. You know what I'm saying?
Pull up to the saloon. If people pulled up to the saloon, my mojo will be back in 5 minutes. I promise you. If people started actually pulling up to the saloon again, my mojo will probably be back in 5 minutes, because the thing that it leaves me a little confused a lot of the time, more than anything else, I don't be upset and I don't be angry. I be confused. When people come in here talking crazy about me, but I got people that's supposed to be supportive of me and they don't never say nothing. Like I've been like, these people in here.
You gotta give out them wrenches so these people could boot them people.
I tell you what.
I mean?
I tell you what. This is what we're gonna do. I'm about to give you a wrench right now.
No, I don't need no wrench. I don't need no wrench. No, the only reason why I say that is because my schedule is crazy, Jack. My schedule is crazy. So, you need somebody that's always here. You know what I mean? You need somebody that's always here every time you turn that camera on.
Ken Thompson, I just want to say this real quick. This is why I don't think this is the real Ken Thompson. Is he constantly giving like fake compliments, or is that just me? I don't think this is the real Ken Thompson, so I'm about to kick the account.
I can't see the
I don't think that is the real Ken Thompson. You don't sound like you fuck with me, so I don't really want to deal with it. But I don't think that's the real Ken Thompson, so I'm probably about to get ready to kick the account. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for the next bullshit to come up, and I'm just gonna kick the account. I don't want to deal with this.
The Young Thug trial is up next, y'all. Like, that's another interesting one.
Facts.
We gotta keep our eye out on that one. The Melly trial, that one is a little, I don't know, yo. I can't really get into it. I can't really get into that one. But
partly because everybody in their mama, I believe everybody and their mama think the nigga make them think the nigga guilty. So there's that.
But me, myself, I'll be going with as a juror. Because when you put your personal feelings into it, I don't want to see none of my brothers, my little brothers, I don't want to see a black man in jail. The Jews they managed to stay out of jail, and I'm not anti-Semitic or none of that. But they be out there doing stuff they ain't got no business to do, and they managed to stay out because they got enough money to stay out. So me, I just know, huh?
No. You could talk about you. You're not saying
Yeah,
anti-Semitic. You say that
I
the
just
Jews
feel like
right.
I've done my own crimes. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I ain't rock a couple of people to bed to sleep. So I don't want to see none of us in jail, especially nobody that's bringing music because this is the soundtrack to my life. You know what I mean? Like y'all bringing some tunes. I love music or any kind of music. So I don't want to see, but as a juror, when you're a juror, you have to not let your personal feelings get involved, and you supposed to be a fair person. And
Yeah,
if the
but
evidence is not there, the person could be wrong as to. I'm convinced if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. I don't care if OJ did it. The glove did not fit. You must acquit. You know what I
okay.
mean?
So
Now,
I'm not. I'm not arguing none of your point. I'm just saying you was wondering, like you were saying, you don't really care about the Melly case that much. I don't think anybody cares about the Melly case that much. And the reason why I don't think people care about the Melly case that much is because people believe that he killed his two friends.
well, I hope he didn't kill his two friends because those was two black men too. But I just can't get into it. I just haven't been able. I'm sure if I took some time to go down the rabbit hole with my level of intelligence, I would probably get into it. But I'm way more interested and a little bit more invested into this Young Thug trial. This one is kind of interesting to me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I enjoy getting the history, the backstory, and being watching it. I do. I can't deny it. But yeah, and then I believe that this situation with what's her name's brother that just got killed, that's another one. Like they try to
Wait, whose brother
distract
that just got
you from
killed?
something else though.
Oh, Big Juke. I don't know. I mean, all right. So okay, so I don't want people going to jail. Let's be clear on this. But more importantly, I don't want our people hurting other people. I don't want
That's
our people
true.
hurting our own people. So no, I don't want nobody going to jail. But what are you gonna do when you have people out here that don't that doing some of these things that people are doing? Like, how do you stem this behavior? How do we stop people from being
Right.
thieves? How do we stop people from being rapists? How do we stop it? So I'm not here to say I want anyone to go to jail, but at the same time, I want everyone to be safe. And the only way for some people to be safe is for some people to go to jail. So that's my perspective. That's the way I look at it. If we can be safe,
Well, I feel like when I check some things out with this new situation, from what I understand, the guy that they mad at the guy Dolphin killed him just because he went and take a record deal.
I don't think that's why he got killed. I think it was over drugs.
Mm.
I think
But
those.
they
I think those guys are running drugs. Dolph side, PRE, and CMG dealing with drugs because that's the
well,
only way for
doing
you to
drugs
really.
is a choice. You
Well, no,
understand? And like
selling drugs,
for
selling drugs.
so long, they said weed was the worst thing in the world, and it would lead to people being crackheads, and that is not true. You
No, it's not.
understand? I feel like no, I don't feel like people should be out here selling drugs, but I also understand that the majority of the drugs that
Hello,
American people and
you breaking up?
understand our parents were set up. I said
You breaking up?
also understand that these uh
You breaking up?
can you hear me? You
You
can't
gotta
hear
start back
me?
over. You got to stop back over. You was breaking up like crazy. Shout out to the pack. We got the pack up in here. You was breaking up like crazy. I can hear you now. Go.
Yeah, I was saying. I said drugs is a choice. I'm not saying that I want my mother or anybody else's mother to be a crack. How the drugs got here. I know how this happened, and I also understand that the majority of drug dealers started off doing it. That's all they can do.
You just breaking up. We can't even hear you at this point. You might have to leave and come back.
All right, see if somebody else want a chance. If they don't call, I'll call back.
Now I can hear you. Now tell me what you was talking about.
I was saying that
you get ready to tell me what you're saying, you break up.
The drugs didn't get here by our people. They was brought here by other people, and it's just that people started selling drugs to feed their families.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like drug dealing, because drugs is a choice. I don't feel like drug dealing is the worst crime in the world.
Okay, so this is the problem with drug dealing. This is the problem. The problem
they can't tax it. That's the problem. No, they can't tax it.
That's not even the biggest issue. That is an issue. That is 100% an issue. Don't get that confused. But that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is death and murder comes with heavy drug deals. Heavy drug selling, death and murder. And the second issue is if you don't stem the drugs, if you don't police the drug selling, then the neighborhood gets depressed, and it ends up like Coney Island. So you have to monitor the drugs. And just so we could be clear, we're not talking about weed here. I'm talking about other things. I'm not talking about weed.
But that's what I'm saying. They made it seem like weed was the worst thing in the world at one point.
Well, remember, the main reason why weed got illegalized in the first place was because they was going up against the timber market, and they wanted to use hemp for a lot of different things in America, and that would have, the people in the timber market, that would have hurt their bottom line. So that's one of the main reasons why weed was criminalized in the first place. It had nothing to do with they didn't want people to get high or anything like that. It had more to do with the fact that, if we didn't get this country, if we didn't get this weed, if this plant was allowed to be used for things like paper and everything else, it was cutting into the individuals that might be benefiting in the timber market. So that's what a lot of that was. Just yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. Well, I don't really. I say all of that to say I'm not really familiar with Dolph and Gotti. I'm not really familiar, but talk to me again in about a month and a half, and I probably have some. If it's interesting enough, be able to have a conversation about that too.
I told you, whenever you see that link down there, you can always pull up and come up here and talk to me. What you talking about over here? All of the things. I enjoy having people come up here. They've convinced everybody else to not do it, so I appreciate you coming up here and talking to me. Maybe in about 2 or 3 more years, somebody else will decide to come up here and talk to me. Who knows? Right now, you're the only brave one. Everybody else is scared of them niggas that stalk me, so they don't come up here.
Nah, if you get the how can you say, the saloon back in here, we was a bunch of renegades.
People gotta want to go to the saloon. Remember, the saloon is activated when people do donations.
Right, but the people that it was always the same people that was donating.
And they convinced those people to hate me. So a lot of those
really,
a lot of those people.
Nobody couldn't convince me to hate you, Jack.
A lot of those people now hate me. basically they went and told those people that whenever they donate money to me, they should be able to tell me what I can and can't spend it on. So that's the type of shit they say.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, and they've really convinced people to stop donating to the platform because they can't tell me what to actually spend the money on that they're donating. So
Can't
I
tell
told them,
nobody on no platform what to do with the money that they make.
what you have to understand is they're trying to use everybody in the world to bully me into doing things, and everybody is helping them. That's the way it feels. It likes every time they're trying to do something fucked up to me, everybody's helping them. I moved out here to Coney Island. Everybody in Coney Island wants to help these people bully me. You understand what I'm saying? If I do anything at all, they obviously gonna call the police. They're gonna get me locked up, put me in jail, put me in a mental institution, tell people I'm crazy, everything else. I gotta literally walk around everywhere I go with a camera on.
Yeah,
That's why I
well,
tell people.
if that's the case, run it up, Jack. Run it up.
It is what it is. We doing the show
But
right now.
I'm gonna let you go because I'm in front of Bellevue now. On
Sheesh.
the way, that's why I think I'm losing signal because I'm
Yeah,
on my
signal's
way
bad down there.
to the crib.
Signal's bad down there, but it's not. It's because of those hospitals down there. They got a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the uh the
Yeah.
the 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 shit that gives off radiation and everything like that. So that could disrupt a signal. It can't disrupt the signal.
No, you're right. It's the hospitals. You got NYU right here. You got Bellevue right here. Then you got with Langhorne, whatever it is, up the block. Like you're right. It's a bunch of hospitals with different frequencies and all of that. But I'm on my way to the Bat Cave, so
Okay.
I know I'm gonna try to pull up tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we'll do a live tonight. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling. Only way I'm not going to do a live tonight is if I don't know if I'm just exhausted. That's the only way. But I plan on doing a live tonight. We'll see. I was hoping somebody would do a fucking drop to the Cash App today. But obviously, maybe I don't know, maybe next week or something. What's today? I don't even know the
Yeah,
day.
but
What is it? I gotta take my garbage out. Thank you for reminding me. It's fucking Wednesday. I gotta go. They pick up garbage today. I didn't even know today was Wednesday. Gotta take my garbage out. All right, yo, no, get home safe. I enjoyed talking to you. You're the best. Thank you for coming up here, and I enjoy, and hopefully you'll come up again some a little bit later this week. You said a little bit tonight, maybe if I do a show. So that's a reason to do it.
All right. Holla.
Appreciate you. Have a blessed day. Anything anybody want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I did the show earlier to do a test for the other camera, and then when I tried to do this show, I couldn't get the camera started. An altercation occurred while filming a YouTube video where 20 men competed for Krishan Rock. That nigga got pistol whipped. Oh shit. Alien FX series will ignore the Xenomorph's Prometheus origin story. Thank you. Nobody cares about that. Niggas is really wilding over Krishan Rock. I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. Ooh, wowzers. Reagan K. She's just bad. I need her to wear more clothes, but she's just bad. She's just bad right here. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't have the information to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And I already text somebody, and I think that they're going to give me some kind of exclusive information on it, maybe. So maybe we'll talk about it then. It's not something in the realm of something that I would generally discuss. That's the best way I could put it. But if the individuals want to talk about it or they want to give me some information on it, more than likely I will. But it's not for me to talk about. Yeah, it's not really nothing for me to talk about. Remember, I know a lot of people. So most of the time, any of these things is happening with any of these people, I know somebody involved. A lot of the time, not most of the time, like 50% or some shit. ESTG speaks on his sister who said she was homeless, and then he showed receipts where he sent her $30K. That's how the people do, fam. He sent her $33,000 in a 4-month period. And that's not counting no cash or no other times. The last one, the day before she made the video, Laugh Out Loud, I should have been on here crying. And then he posted the receipts of her sending her $12,000. Hold on. Before I kick this guy. Oh, there's a kicked. Can't stop my flow, fam. You're not even fam. Asshole, you can't stop my flow, fam. You're not even fam. I'm just saying that because it's a habit. You can't stop my flow. All right? I'm just going to say that and I'm going to leave it alone. Why do niggas want to? I'm going to say something. Why do y'all keep thinking niggas is the tough guy that yells and screams all the time? Like, why do y'all think that? Like, why do y'all think the guy that unnecessarily yells and screams at other people, why do you think he's the tough guy? Could somebody explain that to me? Could somebody please explain to me why y'all think the guy that's yelling and screaming is the tough guy? The guy that's overly emotional. Could you explain to me why he's the tough guy? Since when did we decide that the emotional nigga is the tough guy? I need to understand this. Because niggas just be emotional. Y'all don't never realize whenever nigga deal with me, they just be emotional. Why do they be so emotional? You ever notice whenever these people talk about me, they be emotional? Why they be so emotional? I don't even be knowing these niggas. I don't even be knowing them. They just be emotional, fam. I don't know what to fucking tell you. They stripping niggas naked? Yep, that's why I'm just going to be patient until the people pull up on me with the story. I'm just going to be patient. Jack, it's not only you. Everybody going through this. It's the thing now with men. Just being emotional, right? Like, fam, I don't get it. These niggas I don't know from Adam be so emotional when they're talking about me. I have no idea. I know them like a little bit. They be so emotional. I don't get it. And then people look at them being emotional and then I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm never gonna want to talk to none of you niggas on here or in like real life. I never. Like, what the fuck? Y'all want to talk to me, say I can make up new lies? No, thank you. I don't never want to talk to you niggas. And that's never gonna change. Anything else y'all want to discuss? I don't want to hold y'all too long. I think that we talked enough about the FBG Duck situation. All of those guys found guilty. All of those guys found guilty. They done. They're out of here. It's a wrap. I don't know what to tell you. It's a wrap. They're out of here. So for all of those guys found guilty, is there anything that you guys want to add, talk about, whatever? Put it into the chat. And then I'm just gonna let y'all get out of here if you don't mind. I'm gonna go do stuff. I want to say something. So there was this chick that I was interested in, right? She's Puerto Rican. I like Puerto Ricans. It is what it is. So there was this chick I was interested in, right? So I was caught her or whatever. Took her out a couple of times and everything, right? I'm not gonna say who her name is, right? So I don't know if she was like trying to like dating me and some other nigga at the same time, some widow shit. I don't know. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna back up, right? I backed up off of her. It is what it is. I'm literally, if I have to show, if I believe, this is something I believe, that if a man has to show that he's more interested in the woman and she doesn't show more interest in the man, the relationship won't work. The woman always has to want the man more than the man wants the woman, period. Because if you want the woman more than she wants you, she's not going to respect you, period. And this is also why a lot of dudes hit it and quit it. Because you get used to, really going after a girl, really liking a girl, thinking that something is going to go on with y'all. And then the next thing you know, she ghosts you or she don't want to deal with you no more. And so now you have to have 3 or 4 girlfriends because of this dynamic. You understand what I'm saying? So I backed up off of Shorty. I said, all right, it is what it is. Shorty moved out of town. She moved out of New York or whatever. The dude took her to a whole nother state where they were supposed to make it big and do stuff. And they was trying to do stuff or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? She's a good person. Let's just be clear on that. She's a good person. A little naive, but she's a good person. She would have been perfect for me at that time. So she's back in town. She splits up with the dude. I don't believe that they're together no more. And she's back in town. Now I know the dude. He's just a scumbag. Like he's really a scumbag. Like he's really a scumbag. He had a little bit of motion. He did some work actually with a very famous rapper. I'm not even going to say who. And then the rapper cheated him. And I don't know if the rapper cheated him or he cheated himself, to be honest with you. But he was he was locked in. Shit, I got free tickets one night to go to a play. To go to a show. I have free tickets. I get free shit all the time, so I don't be thinking of. Well, back then I was getting free shit all the time, so I didn't really think much of it. But I had got free tickets to a show. So the guy he was douchebag. He only gave me free tickets to the show because of the girl for the most part. Anyway, and because he wanted me to do some stuff for him. Anyway, so that's neither here nor there. Business wise. So that's neither here nor there. So now the girl's back in New York City. She's about, and this is not to be disrespectful to her because she's still pretty as hell. All right. She's still pretty as shit. Don't get this confused. But she's back in New York City. She looks like she's about 40 pounds heavier. And she doesn't look happy anymore. Could be 50 pounds heavier, but she doesn't look happy anymore. That nigga took her out of town, away from her family, away from everybody that knew her. Got her fat, got her depressed and miserable, and then shipped her back. And I want to help her, but I can't help her right now because of my own situation. But I would love to help her. I would love to shoot some because she still do social media. I would love to shoot some views her way somehow. But shit, I need niggas to shoot views to me. Really nice person. Just naive. Still pretty as hell. Don't even look like she aged a day. She just got fatter. She didn't get no older looking though. That's a win. Why is she talking about people living in the basement? What's wrong with living in the basement apartment? Y'all do know some basement apartments is better than the other apartments in the building, right? That wasn't my situation. I'm not acting like that was. My apartment was pretty decent, but my apartment was actually pretty nice. But some basement apartments is the best apartment in the building. I moved people for a ton of years, fam. About 30 years. How old am I now? Yeah, I moved people for about 30 years, fam. Next chapter in my life is that I told y'all niggas. Shit's crazy. Niggas is weirdos. Anything else y'all want to talk about? If not, I'm about to get up out of here. They all got found guilty. Look at these niggas' faces, man. Dumbasses. Look at them. 3 of them dudes is straight crying. The guy all the way on the end, on this side. Is that Muwap? Yeah, not Muwap, the other side. Not this side, but this side. The guy on this end over here, he looks scared as shit. 3 of them look like they crying. Y'all was just celebrating, right? Y'all were cheering up and down how y'all went out there and took somebody's life. Now you're going to have to go sit in the cell for the rest of yours. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Damn, that post that I put up showing y'all a picture of that widow that be following me around, the dude that they was trying to get to come start a fight with me, that shit got mad. That shit got 365% more views. Where's it at? It's right there, second from the top. This. I'm trying to show y'all what the picture says. Anyway, that's the picture right here. That's the picture of the dude. I'll tap on it so you can see which link it is. Hold on. Why didn't it just go into the thing? Why did it go into that? All right, hold on. I just want to see the post, you rat bastard. Just show me everything except for the post. Anyway, the shit got 362. This is a picture of that dude. You know, the dude that was trying to follow me around and get into a fight with me. Maybe I'll be able to see it like this right here, right? This dude. Yeah, this dude. That dude, that shit got. It said, your post reached 36200 more percent, more counts. Okay, so 362% more counts than the average of my recent posts. So shout out to Instagram for putting the post out and making sure that when I put these posts up about those widows, that shit circulate. I can't wait to get more pictures. Anybody stalking me, fam? If you coming around me, I'm taking your picture. I'm putting it on social media. Don't be trying to do no weird shit around me, no weird shit with me. Put your shit on social media, fam. Breaking K, she's fine, fam. I just wish she wore clothes more often. She's fine. I understand what kind of model she is, so that's just her job. But she fine, fam. She looks like my aunt though, so I mean, I never think about actually having sex with her, but she's fine. Oh man, somebody sent me a video of her. Anyway, I had to delete that shit immediately. No, that dude is a crackhead. That dude is a whole crackhead, fam. Who you think they sent it up to try to start fights with me? When I go into the supermarket now, that should be empty. Because the majority of the people that was going into the supermarket when I was going to the supermarket was going there to start a problem with me. Or watch. You understand? Now I walk in the supermarket, I have my camera on me, it's playing. I have so I could shoot like something like 10, 11 straight hours without turning the camera off or some shit. I'm here, I'm ready. This dude is touching minors in the fucking Walmart. Lock the nigga up. If he doing something actionable, lock him up. You got people out here that's being accused of doing shit they not doing. Please, fam, please lock up all of the actual pedophiles. Please lock up all the actual perverts. Breaking Bad, Carlos Esposito thinks there should be a Gasto Fringe spinoff. I do too. This nigga got chicken from KFC, and this is what he's saying the chicken is doing. I don't know if niggas is doing like magic tricks with the food or if the food is really moving. Because at the end of the day, that shit was cooked. I don't see no reason. There's nothing should still be alive in it. You understand? Tucker Carlson released a video from her satanic rituals from Epstein's Island on his Telegraph channel. The video was recorded in 2010. Many famous people exposed. You deserve to know the truth. Yo, you know how many actors and shit was going to fucking Epstein's Island and they doing straight up satanic worship? That's a whole. The Whoopi Goldberg, her name was on the list. Sarah Silverman, her name was on the list. Homeboy from Die Hard, his name was on the list. Bruce Willis. This is crazy. They niggas really went in there, pistol whipped some niggas, and then stripped some other niggas. Krishan Rock probably want to give that nigga some. Whoever did that, Krishan Rock probably want to give it to them right now. She just wet as hell. She got a whole ocean going on down there for whoever did that fuckery. They stole a camera. Oh, the dude punched the guy. Oh! So that's what happened. All right, so that's why the dude got beat up. It is what it is. Oh, and that's the... Okay, so a fat nigga hit the nigga with the gun because he was beating the fat nigga ass. I think that's what happened. Some fat nigga got beat out of his shirt, apparently. Beat out of his shirt. And then after the whole shit was over and they was about to dip, the fat dude turned around and hit the guy with the gun. He's an idiot. Damn. I don't know. We got to find out what actually happened. I don't know. Operation Renewed Hope. Teacher and coach among human trafficking, Florida. Get them niggas up out of here. Man from Bangladesh speaks about the difficulties of living in Toronto. I don't know. I'm about to get ready to go. Anything y'all want to talk about? What the hell does this say? I can't see that because my screen is broken at the bottom. Fiji boards. I have no idea what that is. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody, just have a blessed day. Go out there, do some good stuff. Put God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one.